Alright, first thing you're going to do is take your straight edge, and when you draw your first line, go ahead and leave a little bit of space on the bottom. And so, drawing a line right there. Alright, next we need lines that are perpendicular on both sides. So what we're going to do is you take your compass and go ahead and make a small measure, but not too small, right? About finger width. It doesn't need to be exact, but to the point where if you go on here on this side, you have a little bit of room left over here. So you're going to go ahead and pick a point and do that, and then do the same thing on the other side. Okay. And then when you take it off, go ahead and color in that point. So same thing here on this side. Take a point, put the pointy part on the sharp edge where the point is that you pick, and then take the pencil part and make some markings with the pencil part. Alright, and then take your pencil and color in the point that you used for your sharp edge. Alright, so once you have those, then what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and reset this to where when you put it on this edge, it goes somewhere in between these two lines right there. So then I go ahead and set it on this intersection right there, and I make a marking at the top here and a marking at the bottom here, and I do the same thing here. So I set my sharp edge here at the intersection, and I make a marking up here and a marking down here. So very important before you make the markings that you set the size to where it is somewhere in between the point in the middle and this piece over here. Alright, so I already have it set somewhere in between because I did the same over here. So now go to the intersection, put your sharp part, and make my marking up here, make a marking down here, go back, put your sharp part over here, make a marking, and make a marking. Also, it's very important that once you start using this and marking with it, you don't adjust the size again until you're ready to make new marks, okay? So now that we have our marks, we take our straight edge and we connect this, this, and this. And then when we draw our line, when you draw your line, go from this piece right here and then go up that way. Alright, you don't need to come down all the way. It's just that we're using this bottom piece so we have something better to line our straight edge. Okay, so there. Then I start here and, oops, I go up from there. And go up from there. Alright, and then when you go up on your paper, don't go all the way up. We need plenty of room still. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and choose to go somewhere almost like halfway through the paper. So this is where I'm going to go ahead and try to draw a perpendicular line from here. So to do that, again, I choose any interval, kind of smallish, like finger width apart. Smallish interval. Alright, so then I'm going to go ahead and already draw my dot, and then where I put that dot, I put the sharp part, and mark on this side. Oops. And mark down there. Ah, it keeps walking. All right, and then again, now I have to set this to where if I put it here, it's about a little bit more, it's kind of in between. It doesn't need to be exact, but somewhat in between there. So then I go ahead and make a mark over here, make a mark down here. Okay, and then set the sharp part on this intersection here. Make a mark. Oops. Don't be blocking it. All right, mark and mark. All right, now I can use my straight edge. Line up those 3 dots. So that intersection, that dot, over there lined up. And I'm going to draw. Oh, that did not work out right. So I'm going to try that again. So I'm going to go ahead and connect. All right, so I have my rectangle, and I used my compass to make sure each one of these was 90 degrees. Use the instructions on your paper to know where to mark your A, B, C, and D. All right. Next, after that, we need to create eventually a perpendicular bisector. The way you're going to do that is you take your compass, and you're going to go ahead and pick it to a size that's a little bit more than halfway. So there we go. That's a little bit more than halfway, right? So I'm going to go ahead and put my sharp edge at the top right here, and then a little bit more than halfway. Oops, let me show you. I'm going to make my marking. And then down here, I'm also going to make a marking. And then to the other side, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go over here, make my marking, make my marking. All right, so now when I use my straight edge and connect these two, but I'm going to go ahead and draw from here. I don't need to draw all the way down here. All right, when I connect these two, then I should have a perpendicular bisector. So that is my perpendicular bisector. Should be perpendicular here. All right, and then follow the instructions on your instruction page to know what you need to mark the dots, the points, and what questions you need to answer for everything. All right, I hope this was useful, and I hope you had fun with it.